Hi guys, welcome to Tamara's Tarot Variety. As promised, I am channeling Biggie Smalls. Yay! And he is here with us. And he has a lot to say, you guys. It is Friday, January 29th at 4:30 a.m. and I am riding high on this Leo full moon. I just did Leo's tarot read for February, and then I said now is the time I'm gonna channel Biggie. He's been with me off and on for a while. It's been interesting. So let me start with my connection to Biggie. So when his music was popular, I was actually not that familiar with his music. Let me have some water. I was, but I wasn't, if that makes sense. Like, I used to go dancing, and I used to go to these Euro clubs in Boston. And, you know, sometimes his music was played. So I did hear some of the songs. But I was recovering from an illness in 2019. And I used to take these really long walks. And sometimes I would walk late at night. And I just, you know, this is before I started, you know, I've been a medium and a tarot reader, but I hadn't just channeled celebrities. So I believe this was a channeling. So hindsight is 2020. Looking back, I can see, you know, times that I did channel, but I just suddenly got the urge to listen to his music, and I just started listening to it. And you know, I kind of went through a phase, and I asked him, I said, you know, were you helping me heal and helping me, like, so we talked, and he said he was helping me heal and helping me stay safe walking the streets, which just makes so much sense. And when I did listen to him, I did feel very powerful. I felt healed. I felt connected. And I mean, guys, I used to get the goosebumps listening to him. He's just amazing. I'm sure many of you feel that. His music was very powerful. Thank you. He's looking down. He's like very humble. And let me just tell you guys, he came in wearing all black, just smells good, freshly showered, and it's really funny. So he's wearing a priest outfit because he wants to preach. And a big, oversized black cross. And he's saying, don't get any ideas. He's not into black magic, or neither am I. That's why we're buds, right? He's like, oh yeah. You know, this isn't judgment, but I personally don't resonate with black magic, or even like I don't know. I mean, I guess witchcraft, but it's just not my thing. Even though I'm a medium, tarot reader, all of that. I guess that's witchcraft, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not into spells or that end of things. So he's making it clear because he knows a lot of his fans are Christian. He's Christian, I'm Christian, but he's also respects all the religions. He's like, yeah, it's the message, the messages, and the way you live your life. He said, by all means, every religion, you know, that if it's positive, you guys know the deal. He is just reiterating what many spirits say, that religion is wonderful. It's a good time to, all of us were born under different religions, and there's no judgment, and the religious practice is wonderful no matter which one it is, as long as it's positive. Okay, let's move on. So I just want to give you a little background. His birth name is Christopher George Latour Wallace. Biggie Smalls, also known as Notorious B.I.G. Guys, I'm a medium who does automatic writing, so I did this before I came on. His birthday was 5/21/1972, making him a Gemini, which you can tell with the lyrics. Incredibly intelligent. That was his forte, his passion. So he is an indigo aura. He came through last week with Kurt Cobain. His soulmate is Tupac, and they came in with Robin Williams. They're all crowding in now. They think I've summoned them, but they're like, now they're like in the corner, and he's like large. So he's like, you're doing good, girl. So he passed March 9th, 1997 at the young, tender age of 25. He was, I don't want to destroy my algorithm for YouTube, but you know what happened. He was taken out. I'm learning how to use language. Thank you. Biggie knew how to use language. This is so much fun, you guys. This is awesome. So he obviously, like I said, was a Gemini. He's like, oh, I'm still a Gemini. Okay. And but he's coming right out of Taurus, so he had that, which made him incredibly attractive. I've got to start dating. I'm like hitting on spirit. All right, I'm sorry. But so yes, he was an indigo, like I said in my other video. Us indigo children, we the baton was passed from the violet, and we are Gen X, and we have all the good, bad qualities of Gen X. We were just hard-headed, trying to make a difference, yet passive, into he's saying yes. He's surprised any of us are left. We all really, surprisingly, we fought for things, except we kind of destroyed ourselves. He's saying that's an exact, but we didn't, like a lot of you young people, we didn't take care of our bodies. Okay, so let's move on. So, like I said, Tupac is his soulmate, guys. They're buds. They're best buddies. They hang out together. Okay, so they've been singing In the Name of Love with U2 song about Martin Luther King. Now, they're all singing it. In the name of love. Oh God, they're just amazing. So take that as a message. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm 9 minutes into the video, and I'm sure people want to know the big question, which is, how do I put this? So I was a judge on a comedy show this summer, and Biggie's name came up, and I was going through this phase of just being so frustrated because I see these crimes done in the city and they never tell us who did the deed. And so his name came up, and I just said to the comedian who I was judging, I was like, do you know who shot? And they all thought it was hilarious and I was making a joke because of his song, but I didn't put it together because, like, you know, I didn't listen to him lifelong. I didn't remember that was the title of his song. I had listened to him a lot in 2019, but I just didn't put two and two together. But everyone thought it was a joke, and now Biggie's saying, like, I was channeling him and didn't know it, and he thought that was funny. Anyway, guys, so, okay, nitty gritty. We want to know what happened. So yes, he was taken out. And I asked him a series of questions. I said, were you taken out by, okay, let me just say, one man who was just right above him, who just, because he told me I cannot say the name. I cannot say the name. So you guys, you're gonna have to use a little bit of your own detective skills. But it is one man who he said came up right before him, a frenemy. They were friends, became a frenemy. It was jealousy. It was because of jealousy and money. But there was nobody higher up of this man that was involved. It was this one frenemy who mastered this plan. And he wants to make that clear. It was not anyone above him in the industry. And he said, that's all he wants me to say. He said, you guys will put it together and understand who it is. And many of you know who it is. But we're not going to say the name because, no. Okay? Moving on. They're all putting their heads down because they're disappointed that it didn't have to happen, and they're shaking their heads. But it's just a moment, you guys, because, you know, now they're all like kind of moving, and they did this before. They're singing hold on. It's better to burn out than fade away. They're doing the wave. Yeah, so it was faded, but it's complicated to get into that whole thing. But they're also sad. Like, yeah, it's too complicated to get into. They want to just Biggie wants to give messages. He is sending love to his family. And he's asking for like-minded African Americans, rappers in the community, and everyone really. If you think about him, to please pray to him, and he will help you. And he will definitely help anyone who would like to make music. And he said, please, just what do you have to lose if you don't believe in all this stuff? Just, if you want to make music, just try it. Just pray to him. See what happens. See if you get any good music or lyrics. And it goes down the line, guys. So a lot of, You know, they're all mediums. When they were making their music, they were channeling. And Robin's here too. Robin Williams. He was channeling comedy. He's like, ooh. Okay. They have messages, so I'm gonna get serious. So Biggie would like to say he is proud of everything that's been done in the African American community, especially BLM. But there is some sadness he has about the community right now, and he's, you know, showing me like in New York and different cities. There are things to be worked on, and he understands, you know, from a universal perspective, everything that has happened and why it all happened and the traps that have been set. But it's the rights have to be fought for from everyone, but then also they want everyone to take personal responsibility. And it's hard because there has been so much oppression, but still that's like it's not the only way out, but it's necessary for the way out. Things that are bringing people down: drugs, violence, racism. He said inner racism is bad. It's super negative energy that needs to be worked on. People are caught up in the gangs, the drugs, overspending, and this is all starting at home. He says he understands the culture of spanking. Spanking is one thing. He said, guys, beating is another. Please stop. He said the hitting in the head, slapping, it's coming from a weak position. It is incredibly disheartening, very disrespectful. He understands your frustration, but anybody harming somebody else out of frustration is not discipline. It's just using someone to feel better. And that negative energy is so harmful. You have two people, one that has experienced that and one that hasn't. And the one who hasn't just has a leg up. The other one's coming from a disadvantaged position from their soul. And I'm sorry, guys. These are intense messages. What the community needs is healing, and it's going to be through spirituality, because there's a disconnect from the church to the home. So spirituality would bridge that disconnect. And of course, you know, all of the great teachings, God and Islam and whatever you choose, there needs to be spirituality to connect what you hear, say, in scripture to how you behave. Anyone listening in on this that is on the spiritual path and can do anything to connect those two together and help the community, please. They're saying it is favored. You're watching this. Please do what you can. So, yes, too much violence, too much crime, and too much smoking. He knows, he gets it. The people think it's cool. Yes, it's enjoyable. And everyone has fought for legalization, but it's a trap, guys. I don't know if I can say that. Okay, I'll say it. He's saying, I can say it. They are literally giving you enough rope to hang yourself when these things have been put into the community that are cool, and then you're made to fight for it to be cool, like, and then they give it to you. Nobody's doing you any favors. It is a trap. He says you'll understand when I say that it's a trap. It's bad for your lungs, bad for your health, and bad for your motivation. And he's understanding people have anxiety, but you're going to have to find a better way to deal with it. He says there's so many athletes in the community, and he'd like you to aim higher and vote, get out and vote in your favor. Use it for education. This is when he got really loud, and I just wrote down extreme. Extreme, extreme, extreme. He is so upset. So many. He just gave examples of intelligent kids like working at Foot Locker when they could be like a coach, a doctor, a physical therapist. Not that there's anything wrong with working at Foot Locker, guys, but like it's about, you know, balance and reaching your highest potential. And there's more than just being a rapper or an athlete. And but he's saying like those are great professions too, and they're on call to help you with that. If that is your calling, if that is your destiny, and for many it is, you know, many purposely were born into the community to do that. So that's wonderful. But he's asking that you know like who you are. If you know, if you're very athletic and bright, and he wants to see this new administration in America, the Biden-Harris ticket. One of the reasons why they were favored for this election is because Harris is bringing in that equality. And I know some of you don't like her, and she has made a lot of mistakes in the past, but it was like the best, you know, option we have at this point. That being said, it's just one baby step in the right direction. And they're, you know, they've said this to me so many times. There's corruption on all sides, but use this one small advantage to move forward. And so also within the community, they are saying that a lot of men and women have lost respect for each other. Now, Spirit has come and told me that that's in many communities, not just the African American communities. Many men and women it's like a thing that's happening right now. People are trying to figure out where they fall with masculine and feminine, and they said this, they're all nodding, and I've been told this, that many people would be happy right now to you know, date outside of their race or outside of their culture, just to get out of this sort of like headbutting. There's too much likeness, and it's not just in the African American community. So if that's something you want to think about, I know these are very touchy subjects, but you know, it's Spirit. They're very high-minded. You know, it might be just good for people to take a respite from each other, because they're just butting heads and pointing fingers. And with that multiracial dating, recommending people move out and spread out, and it's hard, but right now the consciousness is ready for it. And it it could be awkward. I mean, use your discernment before moving to, like, say, a dangerous area where there's a lot of racism. But if it's not dangerous and it's just awkward, there's a huge difference between awkward people that aren't used to mixing and but have an open mind, and really negative racism. So they're asking you to try to know the difference, and maybe even use this energy to your advantage. I know this probably just sounds so weird, but hopefully you guys are watching me, you're on the spiritual path. You can keep an open mind and understand that this is like really positive, and it might be necessary just for people to move out of inner cities or places where they feel stuck, to get a different perspective, to people are more open now to I guess they're saying the best way to put it is like a trend, like a you guys have seen it. It's a trend now, and just try to ride the wave. And many of you will be having opportunities to buy land. And he's also saying, these messages aren't just for African Americans. There's other groups of people that are kind of feel stuck or trapped, and it's just a good time for people just to mix. And they're just showing me like these lights, like from one place to another. Yeah. They're making fun of me. They're like, now is the time, because I always say that. They're saying, please guys, this is a different time. Use this wisely. Pray to them for help, for guidance. Try to forgive, and try to know the difference, the different levels. There's petty, and then there's all the way from, and this is all races, from petty to dangerous. Robin loves rainbows. He's like, yeah, there's a whole rainbow of differences, and they just keep saying, use this to your advantage. Sorry, my mouth is very dry. I did Leo's reading. And this happens when I channel. Okay. And they're saying that this is just the beginning, guys. And just understand that this whole racism business is just scapegoating. It's a power struggle. And one of the easiest things was just having people separated, so you developed like different languages, different ways of talking, different skin colors. But there's always going to be something, even if everyone looked exactly the same. So they're saying, like, try to fight that, guys. Try to fight the scapegoating and people using these differences to act superior to other people and leave them in a disadvantaged position. And he's saying, please try try to feel this, and he's just washing peace over me. And he's washing, they're all washing light and peace over you guys. They just want you to feel it. And now he's dressed all in white. Except, yeah, a white suit with a black shirt and a white tie. And he's laughing. He's at my observation. All the other guys are fading, going back. They all say goodbye and that they love you. And Biggie's blowing a kiss. All right, guys, that's going to be it. I have to go to bed. All right, I love you guys. Bye.